Good afternoon, everybody. What is it, Thursday? Well, then happy Thursday. Yeah, just make it up as I go along. Why not? I set my own time in the winter. I can set my own day too, right? It is Thursday, isn't it? Yes, it is. Okay. Just checking. A few minutes early, we get set up. How is everybody doing? A beautiful day in Spokane. We finally cracked the 70 mark. 70 and sunny. And we're supposed to get even a little bit warmer. Not much though. High of 71. 75 tomorrow. Wow. So I joined a gym this morning. How about that? Yeah, well, I've done it before. Well, hopefully I'll follow through this time. You know how that goes. Mookie is all over the place, Michael. Did you hear him meow? Yeah, he's right here on the TV tray to my right. He's already made an attempt for the dice. I had to stop him. Greetings to Ben. Hello, Mike. Welcome all. Hello there, Franklin. Thomas is here. Hans and Franz will pump you up. Yes, what was that thing they used to say? Something about something now, see me later, or something like that. Anybody know? Thomas, especially? Pay for it, do it now, pay for it later, or something. Okay, I just saw that too, because I was watching one of those YouTube things where Kevin Nealon takes his hike, and he had Dana Carvey with him. And they were talking about that. And of course, with my short-term memory of performing at its usual high level of function, I won't remember it. Cubs at Reds today, second game of a 4-game set, so they'll have a doubleheader on Sunday. Sunday on the schedule, not this coming Sunday, of course. And in the first game of the series, the Cubs won, snapping Cincinnati's 8-game winning streak. And today they're going to send the lefty Ken Holtzman to the mound against right-hander Sammy Ellis for the Reds. Looking at the numbers, let's see here. Holtzman 4-2 with a 3.46 ERA, 7 starts, 3 complete games. He also made 1 relief appearance. So pretty good year for Holtzman so far. Ellis solid despite the 2-5 record. 3.59 ERA in 10 starts with 2 complete games. And for the Cubs especially, happy to see Beckert and Kessinger back in the lineup. So no more Sano at short, Banks at third, at least for today. And here is the lineup. Adolfo Phillips leads off in center. Glenn Beckert back in the lineup at second base. Billy Williams in right field. Ron Santo at third base hits cleanup. Ernie Banks at first base. Byron Brown will play left field. Randy Hundley to do the catching. And Don Kessinger at short. Holtzman, of course, bats ninth. So everything back to normal in Cubville, at least as far as the lineup is concerned. And I finally got a good night's sleep. So that's a big plus. Let's get the score sheet lined up. And Thomas getting ready to complete his first day of 1958. Holy cow. Vinegar Bend Mizell. Oh, what a great name that is, huh? 1:30 exactly. Let's get the game started. Al Barlick behind the plate. Small crowd in Cincinnati, just over 4,000 in the house for this one. Heck, I might be able to beat that here. In my dreams, right? Yep. Here's Phillips stepping in against Sammy Ellis. And we're going to get started here. Ellis ready to work. Adolfo Phillips hitting .297 on the year. 4 home runs, 25 RBIs. Ellis into the windup, and here we go. It's a .210 right-handed fly ball to center field. Pinson to his right. Makes the catch for the out. 1 down. And here is Beckert. Tale of 2 seasons, really, for both teams, Franklin. The Cubs lost like 10 of their first 11 games, or close to that. Then they went on a hot streak, then slumped again. The Reds were terrible prior to their 8-game winning streak. They almost pulled to 500. Naturally, I'd love to see the parity, so yeah. Makes it interesting anyway. Here's Beckert, the leading hitter on the team. Actually, he is not. I take that back. Santo is. Beckert at .339, second on the team in batting average. No home runs, 13 RBIs. Beckert back in the lineup. Ellis into the windup. 5'9" righty, swung on and missed strike 3. So Beckert, tough to strike out normally. Still trying to get his swing back after missing a few games. And with 2 down, the batter will be Billy Williams. Williams hitting .283. Leads the ball club in homers with 12 and 33 RBIs. Second on the team to Santo. Ellis with the pitch. It's a 5'8" left-hander. That's going to be a base hit into right. Right center. Harper to cut it off. Triple to 4. He'll settle for the long single. Two-out single for Billy Williams. Good time to check the battery. Sammy Ellis with a +1 hold. Pavletic doing the catching with a +2 arm. That's a +3. So Williams at 16. They're not going to hold him. They're betting he can't roll the 7. The Cubs think he can. Trying for the 7. Just misses it with the 6. And here's Santo, .365 on the year, 10 homers and a team-leading 38 RBIs. Ellis from the stretch, 6'7" right-handed, and that is a double to 10. That's banged into left center. And that's going to get past Johnson and into the gap. Pinson on it, gets it back in quickly, and they will hold Williams at third on the 2-out double by Ron Santo. So to recap, 6'7", double to 10. He rolled the 7. And the Cubs threatening here in the first, second and third, 2 down. And it'll be up to Ernie Banks. Mr. Cub batting .284, 4 home runs, 18 RBIs. Ellis, a glance at third. Now here's the pitch on a 2-5, struck him out. Called strike 3. Banks doesn't like it. And that'll end the inning for the Cubs. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. After half an inning, it's Chicago 0, Cincinnati coming to bat against Ken Holtzman. And I should further investigate Franklin's statement. Does seem like a couple of bottom feeders. Just how close to the bottom are they? Looking at the standings, Cincinnati in 6th place, 7.5 out of first place. The Cubs in 8th place, actually tied for 7th, excuse me. Tied with Atlanta, 8 games out. Or to put it another way, the Cubs a half a game behind Cincinnati. San Francisco and New York at the bottom. Maybe that was it, Perry. Watch me now and hear me later. It was something nonsensical like that, but I always enjoyed it. Here's the lineup for the Reds. Tommy Harper leads it off in right field. Tommy Helms at third base. Vada Pinson in center field. Tony Perez gets the start at first. Pete Rose at second base. Don Pavletic doing the catching. Darren Johnson in left field. Leo Cardenas the shortstop. And Ellis the pitcher hits ninth. And welcome in Connor. Hello there. How you doing today? Let me pull the team stats back up. Holtzman ready to go to work. And here's Tommy Harper to start things off for Cincinnati. Harper still struggling. His average at 118. 12 for 102. Just one RBI. The left-hander into the windup. The pitch to Harper is a 110 left-handed pop-up left side. That's going to be Kessinger making the play, and there's one down. And hello there, Tunnel Care Bear from Chicago. Rooting for the Cubs today. Hey, your boys were looking good so far this year. They certainly can score. Aggressive base running, superior defense. My goodness, is there a better defensive team up the middle right now than the Cubs? I don't think so. Here's Helms with one down. Tommy hitting .276, 2 homers, 17 RBIs. The left-hander lines and deals, 3-6 lefty, pops him up left side. That's going to be Kessinger again. 2 pop-ups to shortstop, and here's Pinson. Pinson hitting .269, 4 home runs, a team-leading 25 RBIs. Left on left, Holtzman comes in there with a .211. It's another pop-up. This is a foul ball back of the plate. Hundley back. Throws the mask aside and makes the catch. 1, 2, 3 go the Reds, and we're scoreless after an inning. So Holtzman definitely has the Reds swinging under everything here in the first inning. 3 pop-ups. And we move along to the second inning. Byron Brown will start it off for Chicago. Brown hitting .265, 8 home runs, 28 RBIs. Sammy Ellis gets the sign from Pavletic, and here's the pitch on a 1-7 right-handed. That is banged into center field and deep. Racing back is Pinson, triple to 8, and Pinson makes a fine running catch for the out. So Pinson robbing Brown of extra bases, 1 down, and here's Randy Hundley. Hundley, the catcher, hitting .250, 7 homers, 25 RBIs. Ellis into the windup. That's going to be a 3-2 right-hander. It's a liner right into the glove of Cardenas. Oh my, he smoked it, but right at the shortstop. 2 down quickly, and the batter is Don Kessinger. Switch hitting shortstop comes in at .279, no homers, 7 RBIs, batting lefty against Ellis. Ellis with the windup. That's going to be a 5-9 lefty. Swung on and missed, strike 3. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Sammy Ellis. Hang on a second. I had an idea earlier, and then I forgot about it, of course. But yeah, as I've worn in this blotter pad, I was thinking, what if we just applied a little piece of tape up here, like so. And we can keep this score sheet from sliding around so much. How about that? Sorry about the earthquake. Yeah, the desk drawers. And then we're going to realign. And there you have it. Bottom of the second, Tony Perez to start it off for the Reds. Perez at 244, 1 homer, 6 RBIs. Didn't play much in April. He's been playing more lately. The young Tony Perez, just 20 years old, I believe. Holtzman into the windup. His pitch to the righties, a 4-7, swung on and missed, strike 3. First K for Holtzman. And that'll bring up the switch hitter, Pete Rose. Rose at 282, 2 homers, 8 RBIs, batting righty against Holtzman. Holtzman's set now. Here's the windup. The pitch is a 3-3 left-handed. Grounder down to first base. Banks has it. Underhands to Holtzman covering. And 2 quick outs for Holtzman. Holtzman not wasting any time today. He's coming right at these guys. And with 2 down, the batter is Don Pavletic, the catcher. Pavletic, believe it or not, the leading hitter on the team at 283. 5 homers, a dozen ribbies. Holtzman's pitch is a 2-6 lefty, and that is banged into left center. That could be extra bases. Double to 13, and he's in there with a double. First Cincinnati hit of the day, and that'll bring up Darren Johnson. Hello there, Gerald. Welcome. That had to be it, Tunnel. I'm sorry, Perry. That had to be it, Perry. I'm laughing just thinking about it. Here's DJ. He's hitting just 222. He does have 8 home runs, which leads the ball club, and 23 RBIs. Cardenas on deck. Holtzman into the windup. It's a 2-6 left-handed, and he loses in ball 4. So after 2 quick outs, the Reds put 2 men on, and it will be up to Leo Cardenas. Cardenas, the shortstop, at 224, 6 homers, 21 RBIs. Holtzman staring in to get the sign now. Full windup, and the pitch is a 5-6 righty. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And that'll wrap up the second inning for the Reds. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left. And we are scoreless through 2 innings of play. A couple of newcomers here. It's a 1966 full season replay, in case you were wondering. And we are on game 464 of about 1612, I think. 1620 scheduled, but there were 7 or 8 that weren't played and weren't made up. It's confusing because in real life there were 2 ties. Now in my replay, I will play those games. We don't have ties. So I'll actually play 2 more games than wherever you look up and it says how many games they actually played in 1966. Add 2 to that. And now that I've thoroughly confused everybody, we can go to the 3rd inning. Here's Holtzman. Left-handed pitcher, right-handed hitter. Ellis into the windup. That's going to be a 110. Struck him out. 3rd K for Ellis. Top of the order, and here's Adolfo Phillips. Phillips flew to center in the first. Ellis gets the sign from Pavletic, and here's the pitch. It's going to be a 2-4 right-handed, and he hits him. Holy crap, we got to roll for that now. On an 8, he takes his base. So Phillips hit by the pitch. Most likely not deliberate. You don't put a guy like Phillips on deliberately. He's a star 17 stealer 16 runner. And with a +3 battery, he's a 20 held at 18. That's too good to pass up, of course. He's going to roll for the lead. He needs 3 through 7. 7, he's got it. 1 to 18. There he goes. Pavletic's throw down. He's stolen it. Not surprisingly, as soon as he hit him, you knew he was going to try to steal. For Phillips, that is his 9th stolen base of the season. Here's Beckert now. And hello to Rick. Welcome. Hope everyone's having a good day. Hear me now, believe me later. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Perry. Appreciate that. I really do. I was going to try to find that on YouTube after the game. Next pitch to Beckert is a 112 righty. It's a little comebacker to Ellis. Looks the runner back and throws him out. Phillips still standing at second with 2 down. Billy Williams steps to the plate. Ron Santo on deck. Williams singled his first time up, trying to pick up Phillips here. Ellis into the windup. 4-7 left-handed, and he loses him ball 4. So Ellis, a hit batter and a walk this inning, maybe struggling to find his control a little bit. And team RBI leader Ron Santo will come to bat with 2 on and 2 out. Ellis checking the signs. A glance at second. Now the full windup. The pitch to Santo on a 5-7 righty. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Holy cow, that's 5 strikeouts now for Ellis. And that'll do it for the Cubs in the third. No runs, no hits, 2 left on. Pitcher's duel so far. Hear me now, believe me later. Here's Holtzman. Ellis will lead it off. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed hitter. Just the opposite of Holtzman. Holtzman with the pitch on a 6-8. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. That's 3 Ks for Holtzman. Both pitchers bringing it today. And here's Tommy Harper. Harper 0 for 1. Holtzman into the windup. On a 1-7 left-handed, he struck him out. 3 strikeouts in a row for Holtzman, and here's Tommy Helms. Holtzman coming right at him. He gets his side into the windup. Comes in with a 4-7 right-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3, and Holtzman has struck out the side. That's 5 in the game for both pitchers. So through 3 innings, no score. Dominant pitching performance on both sides so far. Hello there, Demos Dave. And we've got a new member of the chat, Greg Jones. Welcome aboard, Greg. That, Greg, is a house rule of mine. On the hit by pitch, if a 1 comes up, we go to the ejection chart, and if a 2 comes up, it's a warning. We've had a couple of bench clearing brawls this year so far. You don't see it very much anymore in modern baseball, but back in 1966, oh boy. Some of the most notorious headhunters in baseball history pitched in the 60s. Banks, Brown, and Hundley do as we go to the fourth. Ernie Banks 0 for 1. Ellis into the windup on a 1-5 right-handed, grounds it to third base. That's going to be Helms to Perez, 1 down. Byron Brown will be the batter. He flew to center his first time up. Ellis gets the sign. Here's the windup and the pitch. That's going to be a 3-8 right-handed. Struck him out. Strikeout number 6 for Ellis. With 2 down, the batter will be Randy Hundley. Hundley lined to short his first time up. Ellis now getting his sign. The pitch to Hundley's a 6-9 right-handed. He lifts one the other way to right field. Harper is there. And it's a neat 1-2-3 inning for Ellis. On an editorial note, I hope both of these pitchers can keep this up. This is fun. That's true, Rick. Why do you think that is? I have my own theories. I think part of it is because the batters now wear so much body armor that being hit doesn't really act as a deterrent. Thank you, Connor. Thank you very much. Yeah, when I do finish, which will be a while, obviously, I'll do another project. As long as I'm still breathing, I'm going to be rolling. Having trouble picking up the cards here. Bottom of the fourth. Holtzman has struck out 4 consecutive hitters as Veda Pinson steps to bat. I also think the toleration for it is much lower. They accepted it in the 60s. When these guys were basically blue-collars workers. Now they're multi-million-dollar commodities. Nobody wants one of their commodities injured, so I think probably there's an unwritten code between the players' union and the umpire crew. It's a very low-tolerance policy. And I don't know this, I'm just theorizing here. Holtzman pitching to Pinson now, left on left. It's a 2-7 lefty, fly ball to right, playable. Williams is there to make the catch. And Holtzman's strikeout streak ends at 4. Here's Perez. Perez struck out in the second. Holtzman gets his sign from Hundley, and here's the pitch now on a 3-8 lefty, and that is banged into left field and deep. That's going to be over Brown's head. Triple to 12. He'll hold with the double. Hardest hit ball of the day so far, and it's off the bat of the youngster Tony Perez. Interesting, Ben. Yes, similar thinking, I bet. Here's Rose, 0 for 1. Runner in scoring position, 1 away. Holtzman checks the runner. Now comes in there with a 4-9 righty. It's a grounder to shortstop X. Tough chance for Kessinger, but he's a good shortstop. 2E40. Ranging behind the bag on a 2. He's not going to get it. He knocks it down, but has no play. That'll go as an infield single. Perez to third. That would have been a tough play for anyone. It would have taken a 1 to make it. So first real threat of the day here. Runners at the corners, 1 out. Don Pavletic coming to bat. Let's see how the Cubs are going to play it. As usual, I like to look at the ground ball A is on the batter's card. Not a terrible amount. Not as many as I would think for a slow-running catcher. Rose at first. Let's check his running ability. Battery for the Cubs is a -3, so Rose no threat to run. They're going to bring the infield in for Pavletic. Holtzman from the stretch. 5-3, right-handed. It's a grounder to the pitcher X. Holtzman will take matters into his own hands here. He's a 2E26. With the infield in on a 9, it's a 3 on a 26, and it's going to be an error on Holtzman, and that will allow the run to score. To second goes Rose. Perez scores, and it's 1-0 Cincinnati. Holtzman's fielding hurt him there. And the batter will be Darren Johnson. First and second, 1 out. Holtzman checks the runners. Comes to the plate, 4-5. Grounder to short. Kessinger has it. To Beckert for 1. To Banks, double play. That's what he needed the last at bat, but he gets it now. The Reds settle for a run on 2 hits and leave a man, and after 4 innings complete, it's 1-0 Cincinnati. I'm going to scroll down and see what Connor's writing. Oh my, real baseball, you mean? So you must be a little younger than my average crowd. We're going to the 5th. I keep trying to move it. I forget it's taped down. Fifth inning. Reds lead at 1-0. Don Kessinger will lead it off for the Cubs. Kessinger struck out in the second, hitting lefty against Ellis. Here's the windup on the pitch. It's going to be a 2-3 righty. Grounder down to first base. Perez will take it to the bag. 1 down, and here's Holtzman, right-handed batter. Ellis for the 5-8 righty, and that's banged into left field. Triple to 5. He'll settle for the long single, and it's a base hit for Ken Holtzman. And we got a scoring update from Thomas. Oh, Cardinals tried to come back. Grand slam by Stan the Man. Did you have to make a pitching change for the Cubs there, Thomas? I'm not familiar with what their bullpen was like in '58. Although if you give me some names, I might recognize some of them. Runner at first, one down. Here's Phillips. Flew to center and then was plunked in the third. The pitch from Ellis is a 1-7 righty. Struck him out. Something Phillips excels at. That is now 36 strikeouts for Adolfo Phillips. That's a lot for 66. Beckert 0 for 2. Ellis from the stretch on a 4-10 righty. It's a hard smash to third. Helms has it, goes down to Rose for the force, and that'll do it. No runs, a hit, one left. We're halfway home in a 1-0 pitcher's duel. You know, Perry, I have to agree with that. Here we got an answer from Connor. Oh, fantastic, Connor. What a great story. That's something I forget about, you know. We're living in a time where the global effect of the game is really exploding. Dolan Nichols. See, I don't know him, but thank you. I remember Brosnan. I remember the name anyway. I was 2 years old. Cardenas to lead things off. He struck out in the second. Holtzman gets the sign from Hundley. Here's the windup and the pitch on a 6-10 righty. It's a fly to center field X. Tough chance for Phillips. Phillips a 3-9, ranging to his left. Here's the play on a 19. It's a nice running catch for the out. 8X, one down. And here's Ellis, left-handed hitter. Left on left, Holtzman deals a 5-7. That's going to be a double to 16. Holy cow. Hard hit to right field. Williams ranging over to get it. He's not going to get there. And look at that. Ellis rounding and headed for second, and he's in there with a double. Both pitchers with a hit today. Extra base hit for Ellis. And with one out and a runner in scoring position, back to the top of the lineup, Tommy Harper. Don Elston I've used in the ATG game. I'm somewhat familiar with Elston. We did, Franklin, that's right. Do you remember the name by any chance? Oh, goodness gracious, I never will. I do remember that. You jogged my memory, but not enough to get the name. Okay, Ellis staying close to the bag at second. Holtzman takes a glance back there and delivers to Harper on a 6-6 righty. That's banged into left field. Going back is Brown, and that's going to be a double. That was enough to drive in Ellis easily. And it's 2-0. Better take a look at Holtzman's endurance now. He's a 7. And after back-to-back doubles, Randy Hundley is going to go out and pay a quick mound visit. I'd have to go back and check one of my old streams. I might do that. I'll probably forget, though. Here's Helms. He's 0 for 2 today. Struck out his last time up. Holtzman ready to go. full windup on a 2-3 left-handed. It's a grounder down to first to the right of first. Banks has it. His only play is to Holtzman covering. And on the play, Harper takes third. He was never on first, so let me change that. So that's a 3-1 2 outs, and Veda Pinson will be the hitter. Pinson 0 for 2. Holtzman gets the sign. Here's the windup and the pitch on a 2-6. It's a liner towards second. Single to 5, and it's caught by Beckert to retire the side. Reds settle for a run on 2 hits and leave a man. After 5 innings of play, it's 2-0 Cincinnati. Interesting, Ben. Likes a little cricket, huh? I don't know anything about it. I'm completely ignorant. I know there's a paddle. Or at least a different kind of a bat anyway. We go to the 6th inning, which happens to be the first inning of potential fatigue for Ellis. So far, Ellis has been outstanding. Just 3 hits allowed in this one. Facing the heart of the Chicago order here in the 6th, Billy Williams will start it off. Singled and walked today. Ellis gets his sign. Here's the pitch to Billy on a 1-6 grounder down to first. Perez will take it himself. 1 away, and here's Santo. Perhaps some of the regulars could give a little commentary on some of these 66 players for Connor's benefit. I suppose I could do that too. I don't want to slow the game down terribly. I don't mind slowing it down a little. Santo 1 for 2. Ellis into the windup. It's going to be a 5-7 right-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Ellis continues to pitch well here. That is now, what do we got here? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 8 strikeouts now for Ellis, and that's noteworthy. 2 down, here's Ernie Banks. Ellis into the windup on a 5-7, swung on and missed. Strike 3. So Sammy Ellis has been brilliant through 6 with 9 strikeouts, 6 scoreless innings, and his team ahead 2-0. Cricket is their form of purgatory. Bottom of the 6th we go. It'll be Perez, Rose, and Pavletic for Cincinnati. Perez 1 for 2. Holtzman into the windup. 2-9 left-handed. It's a hard smash to third. Santo has it. Fires across to Banks for the out. Santo, a Gold Glove third baseman, called by many the National League Brooks Robinson. Here's Pete Rose, 1 for 2. Batting right-handed, Holtzman's pitch on a 3-10 lefty. He knocks a ground ball through the middle and into center field for a single. So Rose with his second hit of the day. Holtzman's starting to wobble a little bit. With all these righties coming up, we're going to see some action down there in the Chicago bullpen. Ferguson Jenkins takes off the jacket and begins to warm. The catcher, Don Pavletic, the hitter due, he's 1 for 2 today. Holtzman checks the runner. Now from the stretch, comes in there with a 1-7 lefty. Fly to left field right in the heart of 2 singles. That's going to be playable for Brown. Can of corn for Brown, and there's 2 down. It'll be up to Darren Johnson. Johnson walked and bounced into a double play so far today. Holtzman getting the sign. The pitch is a 1-9 lefty. It's a high fly ball to deep left field. Brown back at the wall, gone. Home run, DJ. And the Reds open it up here in the 6th, 4-0. 1-9, no doubt about it. He got all of that one. For Darren Johnson, that is his 9th home run of the season. And Jenkins getting ready in a hurry now. No danger of fatigue. Holtzman's a 7. And here's the pitch to Cardenas. That's a 2-6 left-handed. It's a high fly ball to left. Backing up is Brown. On the track, off the wall. Cardenas goes into second with a stand-up double. 2-6 homer to 5. He rolled the 7. And I'll tell you what, if it weren't for the fact that the pitcher was coming to bat, that might be all for Holtzman. As it is, they're going to let him face the pitcher. Jenkins is ready. Holtzman's due to come up 4th in the top of the 7th. There you go, Franklin. Yeah, a little background. I should mention that 1966 was also my first big league game. I don't remember much about it, but my dad took me to see the legendary Sandy Koufax. I wish I did remember it. Ellis, the left-handed hitter, here's the pitch on a 6-8 lefty. Struck him out. Yeah, that'll do it for the Reds, but 2 more runs on a 2-run blast by Darren Johnson, and through 6, they lead it 4-0. I'll leave him there for now. That'll probably be it for Holtzman. Unless Ellis throws a 1-2-3 7th, which the way he's pitching today very well could. Second endurance inning for Ellis. Brown to lead things off for Chicago. Brown 0 for 2 today. Ellis gets his sign. Here's the windup on the pitch on a 2-6 right-handed. He lines a single into left field. Just the 4th Chicago hit off of Ellis. +3 battery, 16. They're not going to hold him. With that 10 automatic caught and trailing by 4, he's not going to try for it. Here's Randy Hundley, the catcher now, 0 for 2. Ellis a glance at the runner. Now from the stretch, comes in there with a 3-7 righty. It's a grounder towards third, single to 2. And it's going to be fielded by Helms. He goes to Rose for 1, to first, not in time. So a 5-4 force. Brown is erased. Hundley to first. And the batter will be Don Kessinger. And left-handed hitter George Altman grabs a bat and moves into the on-deck circle. Kessinger 0 for 2. Ellis from the stretch. That's going to be a 4-8 lefty. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Holy criminy. That's 10 strikeouts for Sammy Ellis. And with 2 down, the Cubs will send up a pinch hitter for Ken Holtzman. 6 innings for Holtzman today. 8 hits, 4 runs. Didn't walk a batter. Struck out 6. Fergie Jenkins will come on in the 7th, and right now the pinch hitter will be George Altman. Altman, a left-handed batter. I'm looking for his stats. There he is. Oh, he's played more than I thought. 10 for 74, 135 average, 1 home run. So Altman trying to get his season on track still. And here's the pitch from Ellis on a 6'10 lefty. That's catcher's card, Pavletic. 4E13. Here's the play on an 8. Pass ball and pop out, and that'll do it. No runs, a hit, 1 left for the Cubs as we stretch. 4-0 Cincinnati. If you missed it, Cincinnati just recently had an 8-game winning streak going, which the Cubs snapped in the first game of this series. The Reds have been hot lately. Thank you, Thomas. Some info there on Sammy Ellis. Colorado, man, I'll tell you what, Colorado, I think the park and the elevation are a formidable handicap. Let's just put it that way. All right, as we stretch, I'm going to refill my coffee. And then we're going to fire up the Mookie cam and follow the continuing adventures of Mookie the cat. Today's Mookie Cam brought to you by Granny Goose Potato Chips. What is Granny's secret? I can't say. Do they even make those anymore? I don't think they do. And there he is up on the treadmill, looking outside. I'm sure on a day like today you'd like to be outside. You want to go out, Mookie? We can go outside after the game. There he's looking. That's my buddy. Just over a year old. righty, we are back. What is that, Perry? I don't get all that. PR, public relations, PR team firing the hitting coach? Oh, you mean in the replay. Thank you, Connor. Looking out my back door. Yes, sirree. And of course, most of you guys know this already, but my all-time favorite movie has to be The Big Lebowski. And I cannot hear or think of that song anymore without thinking of that movie. So we're going to need a new pitcher for the Cubs. That's going to be the right-hander Fergie Jenkins. Jenkins on the season, 3 starts, 15 relief appearances. He's 3-3 with a pair of saves and a 4.07 ERA. I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. Hey, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do hit that subscribe button. It's easy, and best of all, it's free. I say that mostly for the people watching later, of course. Most of the live crew here is obviously already subscribed. Top of the order for the Reds, Tommy Harper will start it off against the right-hander Jenkins. Harper 1 for 3. Jenkins into the windup. 5-5 righty, and that's a hard hit ball to left field. That is carrying. Brown back at the track, at the wall. It's gone. Home run Harper. So on a 5-5 to 15. Nope, I take that back. That's going to be a single. My mistake. I apologize. Never assume. Harper a week against righties. That will be a long single. So to recap, on a 5-5 homer 1 to 15, he rolled the 8, but Harper a week against righties. He does have end power against lefties. He had, wait, I'm messing it up there. Only 5 home runs that season for Harper. So no power against right-handers. What he does have is blazing speed. And Jenkins with a poor hold, +3. Harper at 20, held at 18, and he's going to roll for it. 2 through 5 and 11. 3, he's got it. There he goes to 18. Hundley's throw down. He's stolen it. For Tommy Harper, that is his 3rd steal of the season. He's been caught 3 times, surprisingly. Just 3 for 6. Here's the next pitch to Helms. On a 2-4 righty. Grounder to third. Santo. 2 Banks. 1 down. Harper at second. 1 away. And Veda Pinson will be the hitter. Pinson 0 for 3. Jenkins gets the sign. Here's the windup and the pitch to Pinson. It's a 3-9 righty. Struck him out. Called strike 3. Jenkins froze him at the knees with a fastball. 2 down, and here's Perez. 1 for 3 today. The pitch from Fergie is a 5-6 righty. He lifts it the opposite way to right field. Billy Williams right there in his tracks to make the catch to retire the side. So no runs. Harper's left at second. And through 7, it's still 4-0. Yeah, Michael, it's just, it's a tough park for so many reasons. And I would have to assume that playing at that altitude has some built-in fatigue factor. We go to the 8th, and Sammy Ellis cruising along. He's going into his 3rd endurance inning here, facing the top of the order for the Cubs. Adolfo Phillips 0 for 2 today. Ellis gets the sign from Pavletic. Here's the pitch on a 1-8 righty, and he bangs a base hit into left field. Just the 4th hit for the Cubs today. Phillips with excellent speed. +3 battery. 20 held at 18. And trailing by 4 or not, that's too tempting to pass up. 3 through 7 for the lead. He does not get it. What would he be on the back number? He'd still be a 14 on the back number. But Beckert's going to swing away. Dan Notabart, the righty, is joined by Billy McCool, the lefty, in the Reds' pen. Ellis from the stretch. The pitch to Beckert is a 3-8 right-handed. Pops him up on the right side. Perez will take it. And there's one down. Here comes Billy Williams, Ron Santo to follow. It's now or never for the Cubs as Ellis from the stretch comes into Williams on a 3-3. Struck him out. That is 11 strikeouts now for Sammy Ellis. Clearly bucking for player of the game honors. 2 down, and here's Santo. Santo doubled and struck out twice. Ellis with the pitch. 3-11 righty, just outside ball 4. And now one more hit or walk will fatigue Sammy Ellis. So Ellis pitching a shutout to this point, in danger of getting knocked out here in the 8th, as Ernie Banks steps to the plate. Ernie 0 for 3, struck out twice. Ellis shakes one off, now nodding. Here's the pitch to Banks. That's going to be a 2-7 right-handed fly to center, playable. Pinson is there, and he wiggles out of the jam. No runs, a hit, 2 left on. So Sammy Ellis having his game of the year for him here today. Let's take a look at his numbers again. If he missed the start, he came in 2-5 with a 3.59 ERA. Actually, that's respectable. I wonder what the league average was for 1966. Let's take a look. The league average in 66 for the National League was 3.61. Couldn't get much closer. Ellis basically average. Rose, Pavletic, and Johnson in the bottom of the 8th. Rose will bat left-handed against Fergie Jenkins. And here comes the pitch. It's a 2-8 right-handed. It's a grounder down to first base, fielded by Banks. Throws to Jenkins covering, and there's one away. Here's Pavletic, 1 for 3. Jenkins pitches a 5-7 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. Second K for Fergie. 2 down, and the batter will be Johnson. Johnson blew it open with his 2-run blast in the 6th. Also walked and bounced into a double play. Jenkins into the windup. That's going to be a 3-9 right-handed. He struck him out. 1, 2, 3 go the Reds in the bottom of the 8th. I'm checking the Reds bench. Not a whole lot they can do, really. No changes for Cincinnati. And now all eyes are on Sammy Ellis as he's going for a complete game shutout. Brown, Hundley, and Kessinger standing in his way. Byron Brown 1 for 3 on the afternoon. Ellis gets his sign from Pavletic. Here's the windup. The pitch is a 2-3 righty. He lifts one to right field. Harper is there and puts it away for the first out. Randy Hundley will be the hitter. He's 0 for 3 today. Ellis gets his sign. Here's the pitch to Hundley on a 2-10 righty. It's a high fly ball to deep left field. Going back is Johnson at the wall. Gone. Home run Hundley. For Hundley, that is his 8th home run of the season, and it makes it 4-1. And now one more hitter walk will fatigue Ellis. He lost the shutout. I know, what a shame. Perry, I have to say, I was kind of pulling for the Cubs most of the game, and then when it got to about the 7th, I was pulling for Ellis to throw the shutout. So he's lost the shutout, still leads 4-1. Here's Kessinger. The pitch to Kessinger is a 1-6, and he bangs a base hit into right field, and Ellis is fatigued. Cubs will send up a pinch hitter. Manager Hefner will wisely wait until the pinch hitter is announced to make his change. Not a lot there. We're probably going to see 2 changes here because they're going to announce Lee Thomas. And here comes Hefner. The Reds will go to their stopper, Billy McCool. Fine performance by Sammy Ellis today. He winds up going 8 1/3. Just 6 hits. 1 run so far. The runner on first, his responsibility, of course. He walked 2 and hit 1 and struck out 11. That's the amazing number right there, isn't it? Absolutely, Ben. Reds trying to win. McCool has been outstanding. He's 0-1, but with a dozen saves and an ERA of 1.5 in 18 appearances. And DeRocher will call back Thomas. And against the lefty McCool, the batter will be John Bacabella. Four to 1 Reds. 1 out in the 9th. Runner at first. Pinch hitter is Bacabella. Bacabella just 6 for 33 so far. Does not have a home run. McCool from the stretch. It's a 6'10 right-handed. It's a grounder to short X. This could do it. Cardenas, a good shortstop. 217. And here's the play. On a 2. He can't get it. He knocks it down but has no play. That's going to go as an infield single. So the normally sure-handed Cardenas couldn't get it cleanly. It'll go as an infield single, and the tying run will come to the plate in the form of Adolfo Phillips. Here in the 9th inning, 4 to 1 Reds. Brown led it off by flying to right. Randy Hundley hit it over the left field fence, and back-to-back singles by Kessinger and Bacabella. And suddenly, the crowd getting a bit restless here in Cincinnati. Phillips is 1 for 3 today. McCool checks the runners. The pitch is a 6'10 right-handed. Same thing. Cardenas will get another chance. 2E17, ground ball to short X. And it's another 2. It's going to be an infield single and the bases are loaded. Holy crap, can you believe it? And now the Reds and McCool are wading into some dangerous waters here as Glenn Beckert comes to bat, Billy Williams to follow. Bases loaded, 1 out. Back-to-back singles off of the almost untouchable to this point anyway, Billy McCool. Glenn Beckert is 0 for 4 on the day. Out to the mound goes Pavletic. Okay, they're ready. McCool checks the runners. Full windup, and the pitch to Beckert is a 5'8 right-handed. It's second base X. Okay, Rose will get a chance. 2E17. Here's the play on a 20. It's Rose to Cardenas to Perez, and that's the ball game. 3 consecutive X chances to the middle infield, and they finally make one of them. Four to 1 is the final. Reds win it. I'll have the totals for you in a moment. That'll probably be the only time all season you'll see Leo Cardenas miss 2 consecutive X chances, that's for sure. McCool indeed records his 13th save. I think that leads the league. Ellis, the winner, of course, improves to 3-5. Holtzman takes the loss. He drops to 4-3. Jenkins, with 2 innings, gave up just 1 hit, struck out 3. So for the Reds, 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors. The Cubs, 1 run, 8 hits, 1 error. That was a fun one. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Rick. Thanks, Frank, Franklin, everybody. Player of the game, I think it's still Ellis. What do you think? He may not have gotten the complete game shutout, but, you know, still a dominating performance. Thank you, Perry. On the offensive side, Johnson had the 2-run homer. Yeah, it's got to be Ellis. Your Chief Spokane Gary player of the game, none other than Sammy Ellis. Let's see what we've got for you tomorrow, because I'm going to skedaddle in a hurry today. I am really hungry. Did not have much to eat today. Tomorrow we will have the Cleveland Indians at the Minnesota Twins. Tom Kelly gets the start for Cleveland. Camilo Pascual for Minnesota. $1:30 Pacific, 4:30 Eastern. Hope to see you here. In the meantime, thanks for tuning in. Take care, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your day and evening. Bye for now.